All right, my friends. As I told you guys, you guys listening, I told you I was gonna bring on some of the pod family, some of the pod bros, and I got on another one of my pod bros. And he goes on online, goes by Midnight Smoke One, Midnight Smoke One, but in real life he goes by.
I go by Steve, man.
And ironically, we have the exact same first name. That's what the S stands for. you know. So for those of you confused, the guy you've been listening to for years, that would be me. Uh,
This guy.
and the guest is Stevie.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, my brother. Thank you for coming on.
No, seriously, thank you so much, man. Like you know me, man. I've been following you since like the beginning. Like, sir, I loved your stuff, man. Like, and we've been on Twitter back and forth since I was back on the BS show.
Mhm.
And that was like 6 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy, man.
That is a long time. Yeah, 'cause that's the funny thing about it is that we've both approached what I like to refer to as a podcast OG status.
Yes, I like that. You know what? That's going on the site when we're done with this tonight. That's going up on my site.
Because the thing is, you know how people just kind of people think that it's just they're going to walk on, just randomly say things, and then people are going to give a crap. And no.
No, it's not that at all. And that's the hard part too. Like, there's a lot of people who prepare ahead of time. They get like an outline or a script or whatever, and then you got other cats who are straight up just like improv the whole way. And for interviews, I prefer improv, man. I don't prepare for anything. I'm just like, I don't research. The most research I will do is like, all right, which strand of weed do I want to smoke during the interview? Like, which one's going to compliment the host the best? And for you tonight, like, no joke, I've been saving this for you, dude. In here, I got the bling in this. Like, this is the bling, man. That's the name of this strain. It's amazing. It's a good hybrid. It's a good like hard hitting one.
Can you actually? I mean, if somebody didn't tell you what you were smoking, right? Because I know there are certain people that they walk past wine. That's a Cabernet 27, 40, 65 thirds, man. And the guy who opened it was left-handed.
Right.
But I was wondering, because like everybody that I know that smokes, they don't give a damn what it is. It's like, how much does it cost? That's how they are. But they're connoisseurs, and you are a connoisseur, my friend.
Well, a little bit. I'm not gonna say I'm high end or anything. Like, I don't search stuff out. Like, I'm the same way. Like, what can I get for a good price? But I'm not gonna get something garbage. Like, I pay the premium for the better stuff, which helps me a lot. Like, I got a medical marijuana license here in New York. So I use it for my PTSD. I was in the military for a while, and I spent a lot of time in Iraq. So what I get out of it is I get a medical marijuana card in New York. But all of our stuff, you don't get that many choice because it's only medical here. So you get a choice of maybe 3 different things. So it's not really like I'm a connoisseur. I read the description and I'm like, all right, this treats this, this, and this, and it's going to put me to sleep. This stuff's going to keep me awake. I need this.
I mean, well, the thing about it is that like I have friends that see when I lived in California, I love when everything becomes legal, and it literally changed nothing for everybody that I know. Nothing.
Right? Nothing really changed. Like, the only thing that changed for me here is like, well, I got a card that says I can have this now. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, because I literally and people thought I was kidding when I talked about this. I had a friend of mine. We're walking down the street. He had a joint hanging out of his mouth. And there's 2 police officers standing at the corner. I'm like, oh God, you're gonna get us killed. And they looked at us like, just put it out.
Right.
And he just put it out on the ground. They let him pick it up.
Oh, really? You got to save it?
I said, did they just let you pick that up? He goes, I said, did they see that? I think what happened was I think he did a little magician's trick. He was like, yeah, it's out. Palm that bastard.
Yep. We've all done that too, man. All of us.
Yeah, but the alcoholics are going, I wish I could palm some of this damn alcohol. I tried to cup some of my damn hand and drink it when I was walking down the street, but the bastards.
You got to carry those little airplane bottles with you, which you don't even sell anymore. They're a hot commodity now, man.
Now I gotta now yeah, because I was reading and I saw that you had been overseas defending our
Mhm.
country. First, thank you for your service, my brother. I
Oh,
appreciate that.
very, very welcome, sir.
I
Very
appreciate that,
welcome.
my friend. And I also know that one of the things I noticed that, and obviously being 715 years old, which is what I am, I have a lot of friends that have been in the military, and it's really weird because people that have seen the toughest stuff when they come back, a lot of them are like just the coolest people because like, look, as bad as this shit is here, bruh. I'm
Right.
not even going to explain what I saw, so I really don't give a crap about this guy cutting me off in traffic.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Just a little bit coming
It's a little
back.
bit different, see that car. He didn't throw grenades at me, so we're good.
Yeah, it's like you saw another car. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, and you got up staff sergeant.
I did, yeah. I joined the Air Force. Actually, I joined a little after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy. There was such an influx of people joining after that I was put on a delayed enlistment. So I was actually put on hold to get in for like 6 or 7 months. But before I went in, I went to Germany and visited my cousin who was in the Air Force, and he was a crew chief on F-16 fighters. And I was like, "You get to go to Germany and stuff. I want to do this." So that's why I joined. And I was not good in college because I am not a book learner whatsoever. I'm a hands-on mechanic, man. That's what I do. But yeah, I joined as the lowest possible rank in the Air Force, like airman basic, no stripes, nothing, man. And I worked my ass off to get to staff sergeant. And doing so, I did 3 tours in Iraq, spent some time in Kuwait, I spent a bunch of time in Qatar. It was a very good experience, which I wouldn't trade, but I saw a lot of stuff I wish I didn't see.
Yeah. Because it's really weird because uh, everybody that's a frontline person that runs towards, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I had some of my friends who were firefighters that did comedy for a while that were among the people going to the rubble in 9/11, and they were telling me the stories, and I'm looking at them like, what? It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Because sorry, man, I had to unload on somebody. I'm like, I don't mind. It's cool. We're boys, so I get it. But like, good luck, because nobody knows what the hell's going on there, you know.
Right.
But
No, it's
but
true, man.
yeah, it's like Jesus. He goes, I got pictures. I don't want to see that. I said, what is wrong with you?
But this fucked up.
Keep that, it's like even my friends, overseas. I'm like, no. You can tell me, I'm good. But the thing is now you're here and you're bringing the entertainment. You had the tough times. You went through all of that, served, took care of business. Now you're here. Now I understand more why you decided to serve your country, my friend. But now you're serving your country with a podcast, which I believe, to be honest with you, I think is almost as tough.
You know what? To be fair, it is because you don't know what you're going in. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you didn't know what you're getting into, but at work, it's like, yeah, I'm over here. I know what's going to happen for the most part every day. A podcast, man, it's different every time.
Yeah, but the thing is, what exactly? Because the format that you're using, with the games. I mean just writing a script. I could just write a script. Like if I decided to do a podcast tomorrow, I could start now, and in an hour I'm done writing it because I've been doing it for so long, so often. But you have to come up with the games of this, and then you have guests on in the games. I mean, that has got to be, how can I put this? A huge pain in the ass.
And I'm pretty sure it is. See, luckily, I'm just the producer editor, and I do all the tech stuff. Aaron is the actual game master behind most of it. He's created almost every game. And before our buddy Jorge passed, when he was on the show, he would help along with Aaron in hosting. He got to do a special Taskmaster episode that Jorge and Aaron hosted together, which was amazing before he passed. And still, like right after, Aaron just kept banging out these games one after another. And even we've had a few shows where it's like, oh, we don't know what we're going to do today. Like he would get here in studio. We're all mic'd up. I did sound check. We're ready to go. And he's like, I don't have a game set up for today. Okay. What do you want to do? Let's play Who's in My Mouth or some shit like that. And he would just pick one off, and it's like, all right, we can play this game off the cuff because it's just a bunch of rotating. Like, who is this person he's imitating with these weird accents and shit?
That is, but I mean, I'm just, but as the person who's producing and editing, good Lord. I'm saying,
well, it's not too bad until like somebody goes off the rails, and most of the time it's me, so I don't really mind because, like, to be honest, let's say Aaron doesn't smoke. It's very rare he'll have an edible if we go on vacation or something, you know. But Augie just started smoking with us recently after doing a road trip with me, and I get like after everything's good and everything's ready to record, that's when I start smoking, and I smoke throughout the entire show, so it's just perpetually getting higher and higher, and then I don't know, an hour and a half goes by, and it's only supposed to be like 45 minutes plus because we got ads and like commercials and things to throw in there. And I'm like, oh my God, man, I just went way too high. I got to cut all my stuff out because I just babbled for like 15 minutes on nothing that had to do with the show. And then Aaron's looking at me all mad and stuff like, why did you derail us? so most of the editing is because I screwed something up. It's not anything they do. That's the other reason why I said, you know what, I'll do the editing.
See, I just want to let you know that I caused this, so clean up on aisle 7.
Man. And I figure if I headed it off early, so they know ahead of time, hey guys, I'll take care of all the tech stuff before this show even started, before we were planning it all. Oh, okay, cool. He's taking the initiative. Like, yeah, just because I'm going to screw it up a lot, and I want to be able to fix it.
That is weird because I know that when it comes to editing things, good Lord, man. I used to do an hour and a half podcast by myself, and I don't know how deep do you go? Are you an and ah cutter?
I am not, specifically because this show is a game show format, and people, if you watch people on TV in that game show setting, you wanted to see that stress. You want to see them stumble and fumble wrong words. So I keep it in for the most part. The only thing I really cut is if somebody says something, obviously they want cut out, if somebody slips, or if there's a screw up somewhere in studio. But for the most part, the only thing I'm doing is cleaning it up. And luckily I got the equipment from the BS show. I was able to purchase all our old equipment from Matt. So I have all really high end equipment. So I really don't have to do too much other than adding an intro and outro and that. So it's not as hard as it used to be. When we were going in, we just had like a desk mic and you could hear everything horribly. And I had to clean up, and I spent like 3 hours for every 45 minutes of recording. That drove me insane. But yeah, nowadays
you give me really bad flashbacks from the first year, man.
Like, no joke, man. That's what I was saying. I'm like, now things are so easy. Like, I got a show that we did Saturday. I'm going to edit it because I write everything down as we're recording, the times and all that. No joke. I can get through the whole thing in like maybe 20 minutes. And that's with me. I mean, obviously I'm not listening to it because I've already been there.
It's funny how tight your workflow gets the more you do it. You know, it's like when you get older, it's like I can still do all the stuff I did when I was in my 30s, but a lot of that stuff was stupid.
you find smarter ways of doing it. That's the whole thing. Like you get that experience, that wisdom, and you're like, wait a minute, I can eliminate 3 steps right here by doing this instead. And then you're just working smarter now.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you got out, what did you do right after you got out? Because there's always gigs before, you know, there's always, it's always gigs right before you start doing something. And what did you do when you got out?
No joke. I got out. I actually came back to New York. So my actual station was in Utah because that's where our fighter jets were. But I came back to New York thinking we had fighters here, found out we didn't, and I got transferred. But then I got my medical discharge. So I started working at a call center, and I was talking to people, and the call center is just a performance. That's all it is. And I was helping people. I'm not a collector. I was helping diabetics with their meters. That's all. I was tech support. But I would bring a performance to every call. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm working the midnight shift at a call center, and I'm just one of 4 people in this building that holds 180 or something. So I have fun with it. And I'm like, I miss doing this. Because back in the day, Aaron, Jorge, me, even Augie, when he was younger, he was like 18, because I had to get him to, or no, he was under 18, he was underage. We used to do these skits on YouTube, and you can still find them. They're called the Pantsless Shorts. Aaron, it's I can't remember his channel. I think it's just called Pantsless Aaron, but the Pantsless Shorts are on there. We did an It's Stevie show, which was a bunch of just weird ass shit I did younger and stuff. It was messed up, fun little 5 to 8 minute skits. And it got me back into like, dude, I want to get back into this. I want to get back into entertaining people, man. It was fun, and it's a release, and it's therapeutic. You know, I mean, when I got out, I didn't want to talk about anything that happened over there. Like I was bottled up for like no joke 6 years. I didn't talk about anything. It was horrible. And then getting into being able to entertain people again helped a lot. And then listening to Kevin Smith and then hanging out with the dude and him remembering who I was. Like he came to Buffalo and then we were hanging out with him, me, Aaron, and his buddy or his brother who does our music for our show. And he's like, dude, I know you. You're Midnight Smoke, dude. We talk on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And he hung out with me and he talked to me for like 40 minutes as he's on stage. And I'm like, and he's like, dude, you got to do that podcast, you know? And I'm like, you know what? We got to do this shit. So luckily I started guesting on a few spots. People started liking me for some odd reason and my goofiness and the Stevie character. And it just started taking off. I mean, that's where it started. No, it starts with that. I want to make people happy because it makes me happy. But then it also makes more people happy.
Did you ever think about picking up the microphone and just doing pure stand-up?
I think about it, but I worry horribly. Like, here's the weirdest thing. I got bad stage fright. Like, no joke. I'm fine, like, doing this, the internet, no problem in front of people. Even if it's on camera and we're doing a live, no problem. They're not here. If I get into a room of more than 10 people, I start getting, like I start shaking and stuff. But I'm working up to it. We've done a few conventions where we've done shows live. We got one coming up in October 1st to the 3rd. I'm going to New Jersey actually. And I have a meetup there and we're doing a live show there. And there's at least 15 people going to be there, which is going to be cool. And I think there's an open mic night at one of the bars. And I was talking to Augie. I'm like, maybe we should all write up a 3-minute set. You know, I think it'd be kind of fun. And we all just go out there and do 3 minutes. Hey, I think it would be something cool.
Don't feel bad. You know, I've been doing it since 1986. And I had my one and only, I've only had one anxiety attack in my entire life. And it was at 17 at a comedy club.
No kidding.
I was always used to performing in front of 15, 16, 7, 12, 20. I move over to another comedy club and there's 200 people there.
Oh, jeez.
Everybody's killing. Boom, boom, boom. And young me looks out and I walk into the room and I see 200 people staring at the stage and I know that, and it's like that. And the room is shrinking, it's big, and it's smaller than it's big, and it's smaller than it's big. I got my young ass down the steps and up halfway up the block, and I stopped and I went, dude, if you don't turn your punk ass around and go back in there and get on that stage, you'll never do it again. And I went back on it and went fine, and the rest, but so I know I know that feeling.
And it's weird because like I can talk to anybody about anything. And that's like, I can come up to anybody on the street. Like I met somebody at a rest stop on the way to meet Matt for his wedding. And I gave him a BFYTW card and an Odd Pods card. I'm like, yo, dude, you're going to Maine. You should listen to the Odd Pods media. And like, I just talk to random people at rest stops. But yeah, I want to build up to it because I've been thinking about it. And after hearing, like I said, with you guys and Ginger Ninja talking about the stand-up and stuff last week, I was like, you know what? We should do this. I should get up there. I should put something together. And that's the thing. I'm not a write something down to kind of guy. Like I'll write things down because I forget things, but I don't write things down in like a script format. Like I'm not that kind of person. I'm an improv guy. So which scares me. That's the worst part because I can just get up there and then I'm blank and I'm like, there's nothing.
Yeah, because all the jokes are, because I write, well, actually I don't write them down. I write them down eventually. I have a recorder on the phone. And if I think of something, in it goes, and then then you try it out. But just a heads up when you decide to do it, the first year is essentially hazing, not from the other comics, but it's like just imagine if you could go back years and remember, and you can have your brain now, but you're 1 year old learning how to walk. It's like that. It's like because you know what you want to do.
Right?
I'm trying to get my foot to go out, but my foot is not doing it, and I just pissed myself. This is some bull stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to happen to me on stage. Yeah, it sounds about right.
And I was going to say, make sure you record that because that will be a good bit. I got this new closing bit where I piss myself on stage. I'm killing. It's the best. I'm going to do it on. I'm
bring Augie with me.
I'm going to do it on Fallon.
Yeah. Make sure you get this on high def, dude. Bring the good camera. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna kill.
Because that's just, let me ask you this, because every time I run across somebody who does stand up or thinking about doing stand up, actors, comedians, things of that nature, when they were little kids, there was always that, like, what I'm doing, basically what I'm doing right now, I did that when I was doing it when I was 8.
Exactly. Had the little, like, the camcorder, the big ass one on the shoulder.
Yeah, it was the same. It was like, he thinks I'm younger than I am.
I'm trying to be nice, dude. I'm trying to be nice. Come on.
Camcorders was much later. I had I had 2 damn cassette players right next to each other. Yeah, I mean, camcorders. Yeah, I'm younger. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. All this stuff about being 52 was a dirty lie. This is clickbait. Yeah.
But I know you're just trying to get those ladies who want that older man. That's
I got to go back to being old. I keep forgetting that works now. Yeah. I'm my actual age. But when you were a little kid, because you said back to entertaining people, and I noticed you referenced back to entertaining people, but you said that before the podcasting thing, which means there was something going on before, because you said back to entertaining people. So what was the back to? What was the two before the back to?
It was mostly the small skits. I would go to improv, like little improv groups and stuff in town, like little, maybe 5 people would show up type of thing in like the basement of a church. Actually, Aaron got me into that. There's an improv group called Defiant Monkey here in town, and they're the ones who ran it there, and they invited us, and I learned a lot of improv games through there, and the simple rules of improv, like never be negative, always say yes, keep bringing the story forward, never try to halt it if you can, things like that.
You did take classes.
Yeah, just a couple. Not too long. I'm not a professional by any means.
No, because that's the stuff that they say to do. Those are the things they tell you to do in class. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I said something right. Sweet. Yeah, you can take that advice then. But yeah, like, just like, no kidding. Aaron, Jorge, us. I mean, we would have. I think we've got 40 or so, just like little skits. We would just come up with them. We would write them up. We do a script, and that was my problem, because they would do scripts because the jokes are within the writing. It's all in the dialogue. There's some slapstick, some actual physical comedy in some of these things, but a lot of it's the dialogue. And for me, in my memory, which was horrible before weed, I swear it was, I couldn't remember anything anyway. I couldn't remember the lines. And that's why we decided, instead of doing things in front of people, we started recording it, because it's a lot easier to, like, all right, let's get all these shots done. All right, Steve, we're going to try to do all your lines now, because you're horrible at remembering any of these, and then do all of them and then cut them in, which in the end it worked, but it's not that professional. It doesn't work that well. So we started to break off into other things. We did a video game tournament and stuff, which was all on video. Like, we were all talking shit to each other and stuff, and we're playing like Super Smash Brothers and stuff like that to see what the rankings are. We did a lot of weird things. We did a Tex Murphy video game thing, and Aaron got chosen to go to this video game in LA or something with the Tex Murphy crew, and he was actually put into the video game because of the skits and stuff we were doing. It was a lot of just stupid little things that we thought were funny, that we thought other people might be funny. There was one where legitimately I had to go to the dentist and get some dental work done, and I came back and I had 2 teeth taken out, 2 molars, and I couldn't talk, and I had gauze in my mouth, and Aaron's like, oh my God, let's shoot something right now. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, can't talk. And he's like, hold on. He's writing stuff down, and Jorge's just laughing. He gets the camera, and we shot a skit right there on the spot, and it's called Stevie Goes to the Dentist. And it's one of Aaron's favorite skits, and it's pretty much, I go to the dentist, he's talking to me, and he can't understand what I'm saying, so I start saying bad things about him, his mom, his sister, things like that, and then it unfolds towards the end. It's really cool. And then we did another skit where I was taking care of Aaron's fish, and he was on vacation. He was wondering why his fish were dead, and I had to feed them with some special man juice or like weird shit like that. It was weird video.
I gotta make this phone call to the police. Hold on.
I swear it's a lot funnier, and no animals were hurt. I think there's actually a disclaimer in there, I swear. But no, yeah, I like doing the stupid, goofy things, like the class clown stuff. Like, let's be a spectacle in front of a few people, but not be on stage, Like, I like, hey, Steve's that goofball down the street. Everybody knows that weirdo, but he's not the guy that's trying to get the attention up on stage to be the lead or something. I'm more like, I'll be the crew. I'll set up the lights or something.
Yeah.
It's a weird line that I walk. It's like, I want the attention, but I don't at the same time.
It's like when you watch like when you watch a sketch. It's like Saturday Night Live when Alec Baldwin pops in every once in a while. So you
Yes.
get what you need, but you don't have to be there all the time because it's like, I can't take this. I can't be
Exactly.
I can't do it.
And nobody wants that much Stevie. Like, seriously, you can only handle so much of this, and I don't blame anybody. So I'm like, yeah, cut me in and out every now and then. Throw me on this show for like 20 minutes. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you about, you got the two signs. Oh, for those of you that are listening, he's got the two signs, for the one for the podcast and one for the collective. So we're gonna ask you about that. First of all, I'm gonna ask you about the podcast name.
Yeah, our podcast name, it's BFYTW, which actually stands for Because Fuck You, That's Why.
Mm-hmm.
So Jorge, Aaron, and I came up with it one day. We were playing Magic, I think, Magic the Gathering at the table at Jorge's apartment. Mm-hmm. We were just bullshitting. We always talked about, we should do a podcast. We should do this. And we were like, do it. Let's do it. And we're like, what should we come up with? And somebody said something. And I believe I said, well, because fuck you, that's why. And they're like, that's the title. And that's how it started. It was something so stupid. And luckily it was free. Nobody had it. So I claimed it as quick as I could, yes. Jumped on everything I could.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things, because there's so many podcasts, and everybody says the number, that's 2 million podcasts. I'm going, how many of them are active?
Right. How many make it past like episode 20 or episode 50? How many get to 100? Not too many, man. A lot don't get past 15. Yeah. Like, honestly.
Yeah, I saw one person that was talking to, and they were going through this whole thing. Oh yeah, and I said, let me go back and check on this person, and they're gone. It's like 4 episodes. They're like, that's too much work.
Yeah, it's like they'll do like the first 2 or 3, and then there's like 6 months, and then it's like, okay, there's 1, and then there's like nothing. It's
like, so you basically, because that was the first time somebody told me what pod fading was, and I was like, yeah, but that was back when I mean, this is 750 years ago when I was just getting started. And,
at the beginning.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is, when I talk to some of the newer ones, they're like, you've been doing it since what? Yeah, and
right?
But the thing about it is, like I said, like we said before I think we were talking about this before we started recording. You've been doing it since 1935. Your damn self,
Yeah, I've been there for a while. Yeah, seriously, man, because you started like right before I think Matt, myself, and Ryan did with the BS show, and I was just. Before I was on that, I was just guesting in spots. Mm-hmm. So you had me for at least a good couple years, at least a year or two, I think.
It doesn't it feel weird that, I don't know, I'm sitting there going, 2013. Good
right?
God.
It's like, have we really been doing it that long? Are we that big of nerds that we've been recording ourselves for that long and throwing it on the internet?
Oh my God. You ever just look at, you label your episode and you look at the number and you're like, I was like, 400 and what?
I wasted how many hours?
Oh my God. And then I looked at this podcast that we're on right now. I'm like, 100 what? It's like, good Lord, man. Because it becomes such a part of your life. You don't realize you're just cranking them out. And it's like, God, I've done over 500 of these freaking things between the two.
Well, you've been busting them out like crazy lately too with the interviews, which has been awesome, man. It's been really entertaining. It's a different side.
Well, I appreciate that, good sir. Thank you very much. I just like talking to my friends. So and usually, I remember back in the day, we did in the stand-up days, we'd be sitting around a table at a bar or something, and we'd be running our mouths, and I didn't think anything of it. Now, then decades later, I'm going, if I had a microphone in the middle of that table, granted, actually, if I had a microphone in the middle of the table, half of them would have been canceled.
Yep, exactly. You know what? I would have been one of them, to be fair.
It was like,
I guarantee you, I've said some shit I'm not proud of.
I came up to the line and I was like, nah, because that's what I was teasing some friends, and they were like, I said, dude, if we were recording some of those Chinese food dinners, your ass would have been canceled back in the day. He goes, F you, man, you just never. He said, what about you? I said, yeah, think of something that I said I could be canceled for. He's like, damn it. And I was like, exactly. I'm never going to lose my Oscars job. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
So that was the kind of thing. Now, I got to ask you about Odd Pods Media.
Oh yeah, the Odd Pods Media Network is actually just over a year old. Last month, or is it this month? Beginning of this month?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat. No, last month. Yeah. So the Odd Pods Media is a multimedia network that because fuck you, that's why is a founding member of.
Mm-hmm.
So we ourselves, Pod Askew, From the Middle, Infectious Groove Podcast, Married with Television, and Super Media Brothers, missing one, 500 Section Lounge, all started this network together with that like-minded, hey, the Kevin, why not thing, like go out there, do your thing. And we all spoke very in depth on each other's shows to make sure that we were all on the same page. There's no conflicts between the different shows. Between every show we have, there's a different subject, and we're growing like insanely. Kevin Smith himself actually endorsed us, which was amazing last year. I mean, there's a lot of people in here Kev knows, and luckily Cat Ears Jamie, she was in LA meeting with Kevin. He did a video for us, which is on our page, the BFYTW podcast.com. And he shouts us all out and endorses us. And recently we are expanding. We just opened up the doors for our affiliate programs. So we had one affiliate who's doing amazing. They are great. We are going to be getting a couple more affiliates in soon, and I think we're going to cut it off there. And then we're going to build up a little bit more and then try to expand the network more hopefully as soon as we can. I mean, we don't want to expand too big, but there's a lot of cool podcasts, and like everybody's really nice. There's no real like dicks in there. Everybody's there to help each other out, to have fun. We do a lot of show collaborations and stuff. We'll have somebody come on ours. We'll do some game shows, or we'll do on 500 Section Lounge, and they'll do an interview format with us or something. It's a really fun, great network that is only going to bring better things. And we're, like I said, we're all in that Kevin Smith mindset of why not. And it's a great thing. Like seriously, everybody at Odd Pods is awesome. And I guarantee you, out of all the shows we have, you'll find at least one you like. And on top of the shows, we're stretching out the YouTube too. So you can find all of the Odd Pod shows on Spreaker. So like you just go to Spreaker, look up Odd Pods, every single show of ours is on there. Like they host us. They're amazing.
Now, what I want to ask you is like say, because this is something I've always been curious about, because like I love the origin stories of people, but I also I always like to look forward, and some people can answer the question. Some people are like, you know what, I got to get back to you on that. You can snap your fingers right now, bang, and you get what you want as far as the business is concerned. You get exactly what you want. What is it?
I have my studio, my full studio, which is, I was going to build a small one, but I can't afford a big one. But if I can snap my fingers, the full shed, and then there's speakers on the outside with the on air, so people outside can sit outside and listen to the show. There's a booth on the inside, but there's also air conditioning, and you have seating on there with the plexiglass. So you can watch the show inside and stuff. We have guest mics set up, and everything everything is covered with that podcast and that network. Like I don't have to work no more. Like I'm not saying rich. I'm saying I'm living like I'm living now, just comfortably. I'm not hurting and I'm not doing great. Like I'm doing well. I want to be able to podcast and travel and meet other podcasters and just network. And I love doing this, man. I mean, no joke. I just started this meeting in October just because I wanted to start meeting some podcasters again. I missed it. And I got with Ralph Garman's Ralph Report people, and I got a bunch of them coming there. Like, yeah, I'm planning hopefully October to be in Vegas next year to do the same thing, because this is what I like doing. I love going out, meeting people and talking to them on tape, or well, not tape. We don't do that anymore. I forgot.
Exactly. So I'm old, huh? I'm old all of a sudden. Listen here, Gramps.
Damn it. I was doing so well.
You should change it from Odd Pods Media to Old Bastard Media.
Right,
because
like
let me ask you a question. Is Betty Boop going to be there and in a zoot suit?
Oh, dude, only if, man, that'd be nice. I'll be that wolf, man. But yeah, I love like no, I love going out, meeting people, and doing this, like talking, having fun with people, and like networking. Back when we had the BS show, we made Why Not Con. We started it in Vegas, which was a great start. Then we did Colorado, and that was a good start. I'm trying to go back to Vegas, and that fell apart.
This is, it's just amazing how it's just like any kind of art form. There are just people that are just made to be doing certain things, and because I mean, there's no way in hell I'm in a don't do anything I don't want to do type person. Much like your podcast motto is basically how I go about.
You live life by our name.
Pretty much, yeah. And so there's no way in the blue hell I'd still be doing this crap, and definitely not two of them. If this wasn't one of the things I was supposed to be doing, and I think I think we have that in common. And this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And you can tell, man. I mean, not just from the length or the amount of episodes like you have or anything, dude. You can just tell from the passion and how much effort and how you speak with people and stuff. It's insane. Like listening to a veteran podcaster such as yourself, and then listening to somebody who just like talking to somebody else. And then it's like, yeah, there's a big difference. And you can tell who's meant for it. And then you can tell who's like, yeah, they're okay.
And it's really weird because I keep seeing like Tascam just came out with, obviously like the Rodecaster Pro, right?
Yes.
Tascam came out with their answer to that, which is basically copying the whole damn thing.
No.
if you sit them next to each other, if you sit those two devices next to each other, like when I saw somebody sent me, say, hey, maybe you should try this. I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. And I was looking at the two pictures, like, come on, man. I was like, it's the same damn device. It's like, yeah, ours is different because the knobs are silver, so that's not the same thing.
We scraped off one of the letters.
I'm surprised it didn't call himself the Jodecaster Mo or something really close. But the thing about it is, what's funny about it is the simple fact that these companies make recording devices and things of that nature. They're not dumb. They would not be producing this crap if they didn't think they could sell a lot of them. True. And it's a whole lot of people doing it. And I listen, and I tend not to say negative things about people. It's just not my thing.
Right.
But I could tell there's a difference between someone that's like, I need to do this, I love doing this, and someone's like, what's hot now? Whatever that is, I'm in it.
Yes, exactly. Like all of a sudden, all these celebrities start doing podcasts. It's like I've heard other celebrity podcasters say, stay in your lane. But I'm like, for real, motherfuckers, stay in your goddamn lane. You got enough fucking talent.
I remember looking at when you're on the podcasting charts, new and uprising and all. I'm like, yeah, hottest guy in the thing, yeah. And then all these celebrities shoved my ass right off that list. I was so happy to see that. Top number 6, number 3, yes, number 15. Whoa! The audience is doubled. How am I 15 now? The audience keep going. Number 50. What?
It's true, man. It's like they got the top of that hill, man. They just are pushing people off. Oh, this is your livelihood? Guess what? Find something new.
Hey, get your broke ass out of the top 100.
No joke.
They shoved me right off, and I'm like, God damn. I'm like, don't you have 5 shows already? Some of these people had like 5. I have a daytime talk show, a nighttime talk show, I have a radio program, I got a tap dancing class, I got this, that, and I'm doing podcasting. You bastard, get out of here with that.
Right? God, dude, it's like horrible. It's like they got 24-hour coverage of themselves. Yeah. We're just asking for an hour and a half. Leave us alone.
Listen, all I want you to do is talk to dudes and ladies selling their movies. After that, shut up.
That's it. Simple.
By the way, I just want to let everybody know if Jimmy Fallon or any of those guys hears that was Stevie that said that. S. Anthony said nothing. I said that you guys should do whatever you want.
It's true. He did. He did not pay me to take the blame for this either.
Yeah, I just want to say right now, the hell with Stevie. I just want to let you know that I disagree with him completely. And I think that you guys are incredible. Look, dude, I'm doing stand up. I gotta suck up to these people.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So, like I said, if the late night talk show host or anybody that has anything to do with, you got to suck up to them too. You're gonna be doing stand up soon. Get in on this sucking up, damn it.
I probably should. Before I start doing this tour crap I'm doing, I probably should start sucking up.
Start sucking up now. You got to get this thing going. You don't want this tape. Now you got me talking like you, old man.
See?
You don't want this tape showing up 3 years from now, and you're like, Steve,
come to the other side of the hill.
We really think you're doing a great job at stand up, and we would really like to have you be on the Jimmy Kimmel Live. Oh, that's great. We just found some tape. You were on that Anthony show when you were talking some shit about the show. So the hell with you. And
right, no, that's exactly how it would work too. I would somehow work my way up there, or somebody would I would know somebody would get me. And I'm like, hey, you got this spot. Somebody canceled. You can get in. I'm like, oh yes. And then they find out, just like, get the fuck out. And I'm like, back to Buffalo.
I had one guy who was just about to get into this club. I made a phone call for him. He had it. It was sweet. I was like, I know that guy. I work for that guy. You know what? You probably wouldn't even have to audition. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him for you myself. I called him up. Hey, what's so going? I said, yo, my boy's coming in. He's funny, dude. He's like a redheaded guy. He's a very funny guy. He's got freckles. I was just describing him. Oh yeah, if you like him, I'm gonna book the guy. I said, okay, call him up. Between my phone call and him calling the guy, it got back to, and I didn't know about it. He had said something about, I can't get into too specifics because the people will hear. He had said something as a joke about somebody related to the guy and didn't know that the guy was the booker. And it got back to him and it was like, F your friend.
Oh, wow, dude. That's nuts. Oh, my God. That sucks. But you got to be careful what you say. Yeah. I mean, I'd say a lot of stuff. I'll take blame for whatever the fuck I say. I mean, that's the person I am, though. I mean, if I said something, obviously, if you'll know if I'm joking.
Yeah, because
I'm not an asshole. I'm usually a nice person.
Yeah, it's just, and also, the thing is also, nowadays we all use our actual names and faces. Right. So it's like you're automatically accountable for what you're saying, because if I say something, they know S. Anthony Thomas says it. There's videos of me online. You know what I look like. Right, so and I'm easy to find,
and nothing disappears on the internet at all. It's always there.
Yeah, so
you got to be careful for sure. Let me ask you this: if I was, I'm probably gonna get the stand up. Damn it! All right, I gotta find a good stage name. Should I stick with Midnight Smoke? Should I go to Side Dish? Should I use Midnight Snack? Like, what should I change it to if I change it?
I like Midnight Smoke. I'll be honest.
I think I should stick with Midnight Smoke. I
like that. Yeah, first of all, it's branded that he branded the crap out of it already.
Yeah, good point.
Your first name is my first name, and you see me using it.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
There's so many. I tried to buy Steve Thomas online. Please, there was a 0% chance I was going to find that
name. You're going to find a good point.
There's a hockey player with that name. There's I think there's a auto racer with that name. I was like, why did I even look for this crap? I just found the first incarnation of my name that existed, which is the one I use, and immediately pulled out the credit card. Ah!
Mine.
Oh no, you don't.
Smart.
So so that would be actually pretty cool name, and I have a feeling there's a small chance you may talk about marijuana in your act.
Mm-hmm. I might. I don't know. It's on the edge for me. I don't know if I should really talk about that stuff.
You may talk about it so I'm not sure. There's a small probability you may discuss it in the act. So
maybe, yeah. So it might be an 18+ show. But I'm not that good at those kid ones, man. I'm okay. I just got to prepare ahead of time, so I really know.
Well, the funny thing about it is what you can do, because you like to improv, and I know that, like, I don't write my jokes out anymore. Then again, I've been doing it for 35 years. But
yeah, you can pretty much just start going into the rhythm of your joke. You already know where your steps and your spots are.
Yeah, the skill is, I picked up. I locked out all the skills and the tricks of the trade decades ago. But what worked for me, because I don't like doing the same thing again, and I can't take it. I switch the order of the act almost all the time. But all you really need is what comics tend to do, is you just need the subject heading. That's all you need. You're going to tell the car story. right?
Right.
You know you're gonna talk about the time you had apples. All you cars, apples. That's all you need. You know, the only thing you have to figure out is how to get that mental clock to know how much time you're on stage. Because I can walk on stage and somebody can go, okay, you're supposed to do 45. I need you to do 38. Okay. It's like, I can just do it. Yeah. And but they'll give you a light when it's time to cut off. You tell them I want a 2-minute light or 1 minute light, and they'll give it to you. But yeah, so when you're on stage, blah 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 blah, somebody will be up back in the back with a flashlight, and they'll flash the light when you have 2 minutes left. So it's not really. But I'm usually right. I usually know. I know I'm 37 minutes in. I know how long these bits are. I wrote them.
Right. Yeah. When you get to that point, it's the same with podcasting. Like you know where your breaks are. You know where all your key points are. It's like you do it so often, you train yourself, and it becomes like muscle memory and stuff.
Damn right,
dude. So, I'm so into like I want to get, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna get to that point where I can get up on stage and just fucking do it. I got the time. I could do some shit.
Yeah, and all I would say is just remember, you're going to take a few ass whippings. I'm telling you that right now. You know?
Yeah. Oh no, I plan on failing and burning hard a few times.
I'm completely blessed that I did not have that many of them, and they're all in the beginning. It's like 5 of them, and I remember every second of all 5 of them, and they happened in the 80s. So, you know, I remember, I'm like, yeah, this happened at the Thing Club, and this one happened at the Mountain Fine Club. Lady had a red shirt. I can't stand that bitch. And, you know, even though I don't use that word to describe women, but I was thinking it.
Right.
And so it was like, you know, so I remember what happened. So, but I would just say, you know, like the first year, take nothing personally. You're going to get your ass kicked a few times. And it's just like anything else. It's like if you haven't worked out in a while and you go to the gym, I can still bench press 300. Nah, no, you can't. You know. So, but yeah, and you're going to be starting out in New York.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in Western New York. So like Buffalo, Niagara Falls, area, near Canada, Toronto.
Yeah, I was going to say before you go to when you go to the city.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because I'm going to we're going to Jersey, but that's not the same.
Oh yes, it is. So
oh shit, motherfucker! I didn't know that shit. I started here making plans.
I started out in Philadelphia.
Oh no, kidding! Right over the bridge.
Yeah, Philadelphia I'm a Philadelphian, born and raised. But if you're familiar with the reputation of the Eagles fans nationwide,
yes, I am.
Well, those people also go to comedy clubs. So.
So you're gonna say I'm having a fun first few nights.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, but then again, that was the 80s. Nowadays, it's like stand up is so normal now. It's a job now, and so you probably won't take the kind of ass whippings that they put out back then. They're like, what is this bull stuff? Get off that.
Right.
You know, it's more normal. People think of it as an actual thing now, but there will be tough times coming. Just like if you're taking the martial art, like I'm some kind of martial artist. Yeah, I'm Bruce Lee over here. You know, I took a couple of classes 100 years ago, and you know, you're gonna get a heel kick to the ribs. You're gonna get a wheel kick right to the liver, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Just shake it off, boy. Shake it off, like they used to say. The coaches would say, shake it off. Shake it off.
Well, that's the thing. I'm really good at that. So like there's not too much that would really get to me if somebody was just saying stuff at my performance that I can show, like they can roll off my shoulder, no problem at all. It's not like they're people in traffic. People in traffic piss me off, but I think I can handle a crowd.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just. But once you knock down the techniques, which takes a few years, maybe 5 years or so. Once you lock the techniques into, you only have to think like that Bruce Lee. It hits all by itself. You don't even have to think about him anymore. You saw Enter the Dragon, right?
Yes, hell yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? It hits all by itself. Once you get to that point, it's just writing jokes, and that's all it is. And so, you know, just enjoy that, man. As someone who's been doing it since 1931, just get up there, grab that mic, and enjoy yourself, my friend. Just like you're doing with this. You got good at this. You get good at that, my friend.
Well, I hope so. And if not, I always got podcasting to fall back on too. So it's not like I can go any further down, right?
I was getting ready to say, I just talked to all the other comics, and they said if you fail at comedy, you have to quit the podcast because they're going to rush you and beat you down.
Son of a bitch.
Those bastards.
They lied to me. This is all fun and jokes.
No. It's like a Fight Club.
Yes. Wait a minute. Are we supposed to be talking about this?
I mean, yeah. I meant Fight Club is a dance record.
Pod Club.
It's a dance record by Donna Summer in 1978. This is definitely not Edward Norton watching buildings blow up at the end. And I just ruined the movie for somebody.
They're just like, they don't know what's going on. If they haven't seen that movie from like the early 90s by now.
Yeah, and by the way, Kevin Spacey's Kaiser Sose. Now, I just ruined another movie for you people. Deal with that.
They're just like, what's a Kaiser Sose?
Bro, he walks with a limp, then he starts walking normal. He was the dude who did it. I ruined all the movies. Superman lives at the end. How about that?
People's minds just start exploding as they're listening to the show next week.
What is this, man? Yeah, that's right.
Your listeners just start dropping off. You're like, what's going on, man? Why aren't my people listening anymore?
Right at this mark right here. Oh, that's where I start effing up all the movies. Oh, this is horrible.
You know what? I think that correlates.
I think that's the name of my next podcast, effing all the movies.
Yes.
I'll do a second podcast, effing up the movies. That'd be hilarious. I'd do something stupid like that.
Oh my God. Oh dude, that'd be fun. I'd be so in for that. I want to be on one episode.
You know the funny thing is I like get a kick out of watching I forgot there was that MMA fighter that was purposely ruining the ending of Star Wars for people. I don't know why I found that funny. Oh yeah, damn it.
Because it is.
Yeah, I was sitting there going, that would not stop me from going to see the movie.
That's what I was saying. I mean, and half the people like that really wanted to know what was going on were looking it up anyway, could find it. So big deal.
I got news for you. If you really wanted to, you could probably find the damn movie while they
right. That's what I'm saying. It's like nobody really cares that damn much, because if they did, I doubt they would not see the movie. Still, they're still going to pay their $20 and then pay their $90 a concession and shit to see the movie, just because they're going to anyway. They already know that. They're just pissy because they looked at something which they were going to look at anyway and just wanted an excuse to like throw blame at somebody. That's all it is.
I would just like to say for the record that Hulk Hogan is going to win this match against the Iron Sheik. It was a good chance. I think that he's going to win this one. I think Stone Cold's going to come out after that glass break sound effect, and
and Mankind lives after he gets thrown off that cage and into all the thumbtacks.
I'm telling you right now. You know, I got news for you. I'll bet you $5 that Brock Lesnar breaks the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania.
No, there's no way, dude. Nobody's gonna break the Undertaker's streak ever. That's blasphemy. That is blasphemy, sir.
I just got a kick out of that guy that looked surprised in the audience. I'm going, you're really a WWE fan and you don't realize that when you retire, you lose your last match? You really didn't know that?
The best part is he's looking around like, is there going to be like a referee saying it's not happening? Like, why? Why?
Even when I was a little kid and I used to watch wrestling all the time and I used to buy the magazines, even I knew back then when you retire, you lose your last match to the next person they're trying to build up. Then you lose it to the next face or the next heel. And I'm sitting there going, as soon as I saw it, was like, because I didn't watch wrestling at that, I was kind of off doing something else. And I was like, oh, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. So I guess that he's the one they chose to broke the streak. Because who else is going to be the face? I mean, what are they going to do with John Cena? He's been the face for 15 years. You know,
right?
Like, so.
Oh, dude, I remember that match. Oh, I remember that match. Because no joke, when we were younger, watched it all the time, like 80s, 90s, and then we stopped watching for years. And then we started going to Jorge's house, and he's like, I'm going to get the pay-per-view. I'm like, all right, cool. He had cigars. I had blunts. We had whiskey. So there was like three of us watching this, and it happened. And I'm just like, the fuck? Because I was one of those people. I'm like, it's been like 10 years since I watched wrestling, but The Undertaker and like Rey Mysterio Jr. are like my two favorite wrestlers. And I'm just like, nobody can beat Brock Lesnar. Who's this fuck? And I'm like, come on, he can't beat The Undertaker. This is messed up, dude. And then it happened, and I was that guy like, is this for real? And I got angry, man. Like, I got mad.
I literally was looking at this like, I wonder what the close is going to be, because I already know who's going to win this. I already know that, it's like, it's Brock Lesnar. Like, that's the next face of the company. So, so I'm like, okay, what's the finish going to be? So, let me guess. They always do this, because I remember when The Rock was with was wrestling against Stone Cold and was like WrestleMania 17. I already know they're going to do each other's closers on each other 5 times each and kick out at the last second. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I bet you no one's gonna get like, oh, what was that one where like, dude, man, was it Bret Him and Hart or that chin music? Oh no,
Sweet chin music to Ric Flair. You mean that the one you're talking about?
That was amazing. Like it was like a 7-second match or something. I was like, this is amazing.
I just get a kick out of because I'm not even gonna lie, I still watch the old WWE clips on YouTube. I go back and I'll watch one of my favorite ones, and this is a weird thing, is the one where Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vince McMahon beat The Rock up in a cage.
Oh my God.
All you got to do is look up Triple H, Stone Cold, and Mr. McMahon destroy The Rock. He sold those bumps so hard. I mean, and it wasn't like corny. He was really selling them to the point I was like, I wouldn't let my kids watch this if I'm him, because he's not getting hurt. They're not really kicking him in the balls or anything or hitting him for real. Right. He's cutting his own forehead. I mean, everybody knows that he's bleeding. But I'm sitting there going, kids aren't going to be like, Dad's fine. Guy just hit him in the stomach with a sledgehammer. I'm sure he's fine. And
I think they have a rule. They can't watch it. I'm assuming, because that's what I'd be like, yo, you can't watch what I do for work, because fuck that. That'd give me nightmares and shit. Seeing your dad get his ass beat and shit like that, You know
what I saw, which was hilarious? I mean, not hilarious. The Rock was fighting Mankind. Mick Foley's wife and kids were at the match watching it. And The Rock came in before the match and said, don't worry, I'll take care of your dad. Everything's going to be great. And then he came back and talked to him afterwards. And of course, Mankind's matches, he's an ECW guy. So thumbtacks, fire, bats with barbed wire on it. And I'm an ECW fan from back in the day. So ECW, you got to have a Red Cross unit across the street from ECW, because everybody's bleeding.
It's true, bleeding. Man. Every match.
I love that crap. Are you kidding me? Rob Van Dam versus Sabu. Are you kidding me? Oh.
It's been so long, man. It's funny because I've been listening to a few podcasts talking about wrestling. I'm like, I want to get kind of back into it, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah, because I tried to watch it on Friday. I was like, some of these guys are pretty good. These new kids. I was surprised. Because it was, let's be honest, it was like Saturday. WWE wrestling on TV is like Saturday Night Live. There's times I'm like, man, this is the best, the greatest. And then there'll be 2 or 3 years where you're like, I would rather look down at my shoes getting older.
Like, no joke. Hurry up and decompose.
This sucks. And then it looks like there's like that Roman Reigns guy. They hated his guts. And I would have walked in and was like, look, they already you when you create wrestlers, you're trying to create an emotional response from the audience. They're giving you this emotional response for free. If they don't like him, make him a heel. How hard is that to figure out? Just walk out. You know what I like about New York? Nothing, because you suck. You stink. You've never. Yeah, I'm as big a winner as the Knicks. So that always cracked me up about that. Those things are hilarious. I'll be honest with you, because we're talking about this. I guarantee you, after I'm gonna probably edit this episode in the middle of the week because I have a bunch of them stacked up. I guarantee you, while I'm eating dinner tonight, you already know there's going to be some wrestling on this laptop.
Yeah.
I think tonight's it might be Chris Jericho insulting Stephanie McMahon. I might have to go with some of that.
Yes.
That's on tonight's menu.
That was back in the day when Triple H and her were together, right?
Oh, they're married, still married.
They are still married.
They're
no
still
kidding.
Married. Yeah, they run the company now, pretty much.
No kidding.
And keep in mind, this is somebody that doesn't watch it that much, and that's how much the information is out there. But it's like, it was really weird because I watched the WWE. I was like, this is a good looking. This woman is hot as crap.
Right.
I was like, I didn't even pay attention. I was never really paid attention. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, Triple H was no dummy, was he? He's like, hot, super hot woman.
And married.
Last name
marry into that company.
I was like, yeah, that's like me going, man. What? Halle Berry's available, and she's not producing movies. Let me see what's going on. Hey, Halle, what's going on?
And she's not going to sign a prenup. This is amazing.
Prenup? What do you need that for? She really would need a prenup. She'd have to shoot at me for me to divorce her. I can't stand you. Yeah, whatever. Get out. Nah.
I'm stuck now.
Nope. You're still Halle
like
Berry and my junk works, so no.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I no joke haven't seen wrestling since that Undertaker match, and I swore off wrestling since.
Yeah, it's really.
That was the last time I saw it.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about it is you get really emotionally attached to certain performers, and man, it's like when Prince died. I was like, oh,
dude.
I sat in the chair like I was in the car with my uncle when I found out, and he's talking to me. I didn't even hear him. He's like, "Oh, sorry." I was like, you know, it's like
it's hard.
I was like, oh, like for a year and a half. Oh God, you want to play Purple Rain?
I keep forgetting too, man. Huh? I forget too. It's like you just forget he's gone. It's like, oh shit, yeah, Prince is dead.
He's like, oh, you know. The funny thing about it is people were calling me. I'm like, I've never met the man. They'll call me. I'd like to give our condolences to you. I'm like, apparently my fandom was kind of apparent to everybody because my sister called me up. How you doing? You all right? Because I had to call her when Michael Jackson died. I was like, you all right over there, kid? No. And I wasn't that bad vocally, but I was kind of like, oh God, this sucks.
Well, it was all those selfies you posted with the cutout of him, man. That's all everybody knew.
Well, you know, we all have hobbies.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it. I mean, Prince is badass.
You know, you should see. Yeah, I did that. Oh, you know why I really did that? I was like a friend of mine is a lady in LA. She's just as big a fan of Prince as I am, and I used to cut as a joke. I cut Sheila E.'s like whoever the Prince was next to. I would put her head on that as a joke to her. And then it became like a thing, taking the heads off and putting the other person's heads on. And I was like, how long are we going to keep doing this? It was like, so apparently we both have editing software on our phones because she keeps sending me, yeah, you look good in this outfit, S. Anthony. I'm like, and she sent me the picture with the butt out pants when he did the MTV thing. I'm going, okay, you know. It just became a funny thing. We kept passing pictures back, I was like, it just kind of petered out into just jokes. But I was like, because I have a lot of my friends are big Prince fans, and we're just sending stuff back and forth to each other to break each other's stones. It was hilarious.
Oh damn, dude, that's awesome though. That's a good relationship too, man. To be able to do that and have a constant basis and still going back to it's fun.
Oh yeah, especially with editing software, you can do. I ain't even gonna get. We did so many things to each other. It's one of those things where if I leak some of these photos you sent to me, like when somebody sends you nude, like when an audience member, they started sending me as a joke. I had a friend of mine on, and we were joking about some stuff, and all of a sudden I was getting these nude photos from listeners. You know, and it was all women. Thank goodness. I don't see no dudes. I look.
Right.
I want to see junk. I can look down, and I was like, and I'm sitting there going, why am I getting? I was like, at first you get the first couple, and you're going, oh, this poor lady probably thought she was sending photos to her boyfriend or something. Maybe my phone number is the same as his or close to it or something like that. Let me just delete this because I don't want to do this. And there's another one. Okay, but maybe and then what the hell is this? You know, and I realized it was an offhand joke I said to another comic on a show, and he said, "And whatever you do, don't send us Anthony nude photos. Send him nude photos." And they just kept. I'm like, what the hell is this? I kept deleting them because it's like I don't want some poor lady's photo, so I just deleted. I had to delete a whole bunch of. I was like, and they're coming on my phone because you have your phone attached to your emails. I'm like, I'm gonna look like I'm thinking I'm opening business emails to some lady,
showing your business.
I'm just like, hey, I'm a big fan. Oh, yeah, really big fan. I see those things. So, yeah. So it was just like a weird thing.
That's not a bad thing. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll help you with this one. So fans of S. Anthony Thomas, what you can do is send all those nude photos to bfytwpodcast@gmail.com. I will dispose of them properly for you.
If you if you get the influx that I got, if you do, let me know because it's going to be hilarious.
Like, that was so damn hard, dude. I just like, why my email blowing up? Oh shit, titties.
it was really weird. I'm like, if somebody, just imagine if somebody like say I was married or something, and my phone was on the tip, was like, there's hundreds of pictures of naked. I didn't, and it's like different women. It's not like it's like one person with 100 photos, which is just as bad, I guess.
Right.
I was like, no, listen, girl, listen, Ramadan, you have to explain because they don't believe you. And
Oh,
so you probably asked them to send the pic, I'm like, oh my God, no. Fortunately, no, everybody that I've dated during this time period, even the crazy ones, know that you know who you are. And I'll give you a hint: New Jersey, Connecticut, California, and Texas. You know who you are. I didn't say your name, so you can't sue me. F y'all. So but okay, Texas was a joke. Yeah. I just realized she has weapons. They have weapons in Texas, so I didn't mean you in Texas. I was just kidding about you. You're fine. Yeah, it's crazy, not you. So, but that's the weird. That's the weird thing is we don't know how many people are listening to us. I mean, we know the numbers, but we don't know what the situation is. We don't because you record it, you put it out, and you begin working on the next one. There's a whole lot of people that you never see that are sitting in their cars listening to you right now. Yeah. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. No, it's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
And that's what this is all about. Get your voice out there and stuff too. I mean, as long as you're not an ass or anything.
Oh, now if there's qualifiers, I don't know. I like being an ass a little bit. So all right, my friends, we're gonna wrap up here. I want you to hit I'm gonna link up to the website and everything. Anyway, I always put those in the notes. But
awesome.
Hit everybody up hit everybody up on an audio in an audio way where they can find you. Even though I'm going to put all your stuff on anyway.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. It's at MidnightSmoke1. You can follow because fuck you, that's why. It's at BFYTW podcast. You can email the show at BFYTWpodcast@gmail.com for like game suggestions, things like that, all funny quotey things. And go to BFYTWpodcast.com for merch. Check out the Odd Pods Media Network. If you like podcasts, we've got some show for you. I can almost guarantee it. And who knows, if your show meets our standards and stuff, maybe you can apply to be an affiliate in the future. Mm-hmm. That's about it, man. I mean, October 1st through the 3rd, if you're in the New Jersey Red Bank area, I'm bringing BFYTW there, and we're going to do a live show. It'll be fun. So, I don't know. Hit me up on Twitter if you're going to be in the area. And also make sure you follow his Twitter, because I have a feeling that the seed of a stand-up warrior has been planted. And you're going to find it. He doesn't realize it yet, but I already know you're going to be doing stand-up comedy. I know it. You may not know it yet, but I know the sound. I know what it sounds like. So you just got sucked in, sucker. And hey, man, as long as you'll be my mentor, I'm down. All right, my brother. I want to thank you for coming on, my friend. It was a pleasure talking to you, man. This was a lot of fun, bro. Seriously, it really was. I'm glad you came on, my friend. No, thank you so much, dude. I've been a huge fan since the beginning. I respect you, man. I love your show. I love what you're doing. And just keep doing it, man. You bring a lot of joy to people. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Of course, man. Love you, man. All right. All right, my friends, thank you again for coming back to check out the show. A lot of new people checked out the show, the first episode, and I'm assuming and hoping and I believe that you're all here listening to this one too. So like I said in the beginning of the show, if you love this show, do me a favor. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, tell a friend, rate and review, and we will continue on this journey and continue to have fun. It's been an honor to, record for you and have you listen. Thank you very much, and I will see you again next time with some more goodness. You dig? Much love to you all. Take care.